Welcome to This Week from Blue Mountain Broadcasting. I'm Lynelle Ellis, president of Blue Mountain Broadcasting Association and your host for this show. We have a special Christmas episode of the This Week show today, and we are going to be looking at an archived interview with Hannah Schafer, who's currently in Thailand as a student missionary at the Peace Music Academy. But last year we were able to record with her a beautiful song, Sleep Holy Child, and she is going to be sharing that with us on today's show via our pre-recorded interview. And I'm so excited to be able to share it with you again. And then also I have some important things to let you know about in station news, and we've got a little video message from our friend at Blue Mountain Television, Julie Sanders-Keemer. So you'll want to stay tuned for those things as well on the program. And we are going to be starting with our devotional thought, which will once again look at one of the aspects of the Advent season. We are now on the fourth week of Advent, and as we've been doing the past few weeks, I've been sharing with you from devotionals found at crosswalk.com. And we once again are going to be looking at this anticipation of the Advent season. This is the fourth and final week of Advent, the season in which believers eagerly anticipate the celebration of Christ's birth. Through reading, prayer, and reflection, we can cultivate a sense of holy anticipation this Advent. This fourth week of Advent, we meditate on the peace that Jesus brings our hearts and our world. Scripture is the place where we can find the promises of God. So let's meditate on these truths and allow them to comfort our hearts this Advent season. 2 Thessalonians 3:16 says, "Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times and in every way. The Lord be with all of you." The fourth candle of Advent is called the angel candle, and it symbolizes peace. This name comes from the fact that the angels announced that Jesus came to bring peace, as we know from Luke chapter 2, verse 14. This week we are reminded that Jesus came to bring peace to our hearts and to our world. The Lord of peace, who came down from heaven in the form of a baby. God knows that we are in a constant battle against fear. Fear wants to cripple us, to push us to react rather than carefully respond. And fear steals our joy. But God has given us the gift of peace so that we can live joy-filled lives. Isaiah 9:6 says this, "For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." Over this Advent, would you pray that God's unexplainable peace would be evident in your heart and home? This year, we have faced so much chaos and uncertainty. God's peace is something we need to grab tightly onto even more this year. May God's Spirit transform the days leading up to Christmas into a time to joyfully await the King. Here's our prayer for peace. Lord, I invite your peace to rule my heart. As I end this year and reflect on your mighty gifts you have given me, let my heart be encouraged with the truth that you are a good God. I thank you for sending your Son to die for me. I thank you for the peace I have through you. May my words and actions be ones that glorify you. Would you bring your strength and peace to your people? Would you preserve your presence? And let it be felt by all who seek you in a powerful way this Advent season. Turn the hearts of mankind toward you. We pray that the lost turn to you and find an unshakable peace that nothing else in the world can offer. Amen. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Joining me now is Hannah Schafer, award-winning violinist. And Hannah, it is really great to have you on the show today.
It's good to be here.
We want to talk about music and the love of music and the enjoyment that music brings. And I'd like to start by asking you, what you've been playing the violin since you were pretty young. How young were you?
I started when I was 3. So yeah, my parents got me this little tiny violin, and they started me on violin lessons, and I liked it. It was good, and I've been playing ever since.
You must have liked it because you've turned it into something that you're really accomplished at.
Yeah, I liked it, but then I think when I was like 12 or 13, I started really liking it for myself and wanting to actually practice more for just playing because I liked it and listening to lots of violin music and stuff. So
yes,
yeah, now I love it.
So you probably can hardly remember before you played the violin.
I mean, I was 3, so I don't have memories of, but I do have a memory of sitting on the couch in our old house, and I was listening to the Suzuki Book 1, and I was trying to play the last song, and it had a low 2, and that's not something like you play with your fingers, and that's not something I'd learned yet, and my mom's like, oh, you can't quite play that song because you don't have that, and I was like, I want to try it. It's just like this fuzzy memory that I have.
Yes, and that's kind of how you are still about the violin. If you don't know how to do it, you're going to learn how to do it and find out and get better.
Well, let's just try it out. Why not?
For sure. So you've been playing the violin a long time, and I'm sure appreciate music. Do you play any other instruments?
Oh, I do some piano.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing piano, although I feel less comfortable at it. But it's fun. It's really fun, especially with my violin students. I like to try to play piano with them.
Yes.
And then I play some viola. I've played like in string quartets or orchestra sometimes, and it's sometimes really fun depending on the music and depending on the viola I'm playing. If it's a nice viola, it's fun, and if it's not as nice, it's like, oh.
A little scratchy.
Right, yeah.
So music's probably pretty important to you in your life. Can you kind of describe what it means to you?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, it's something like a pastime that I spend a lot of time on. So it sounds kind of bad, but it gives me something to do. I don't know how to describe it. So I meet a lot of people through music and have lots of activities. So I like that part of it, that you have lots of activities and opportunities to do really fun things or go places that I wouldn't get if I wasn't a musician, because
You've probably traveled a lot related to music, yes?
Yeah, for sure. So that's really fun. But then besides that, like more on a personal level, I like the memories that music brings. Like when you listen to music, it's like, oh, I remember hearing this before, and I remember being with that person, or we were at this trip, and it just brings back memories like that, which is really fun for me personally. And maybe with someone else or whatever, but for me especially, it's like, oh, we did this and this was great. And it's just really pretty, especially when when I'm not, I just need to listen to it sometimes, especially when I'm not feeling so happy. It's like, oh, yes. I need to just have music going a lot. So
do you have certain music that you turn to when maybe you're feeling a little bit down or whatever?
Not anything that I can just think off the top of my head. It depends.
Sure. So you mentioned that it gets you connected with other people. So groups, you've been in a number of music groups, different sizes, yeah? Yeah,
quite a few. I've played in Rogers and Waddell Orchestra, the Walla University Orchestra, and Violin Praise. So those are like the big orchestras I've played in. Walla Symphony sometimes. And then lots of smaller groups like string quartets and Rejoice Trio with the Kerns, and I think that's
that has connected you with a lot of people.
Yeah, totally.
Very much so. So music can really lift people's spirits, which you kind of alluded to, and that's important and might be part of why we tie music so closely with the Christmas holiday, which we certainly do. I mean, can we imagine Christmas time without music? It just doesn't even seem possible. So what are some of your favorite Christmas songs? And maybe let's connect this with the violin, like with orchestra, or to play on your own with violin.
Oh, there's so many. Something I love playing with the Waddell University Orchestra is the Christmas concert that we do it's it's a Friday night. We did 2 concerts, and that's just so much fun. So I'm really missing that this year. But
Yes.
lots of the songs that we've done there, my brother and I both love to find them on YouTube and listen to them later on. So one of them I like is Green Sleeves, a Fantasia on Green Sleeves by Ralph Vaughan Williams. And
Yes.
it's just really pretty, has harp, and yeah, I love it. So that's one of my favorites. Sleep Holy Child, which I will be playing soon, is also one of my favorites that I've heard other years, other Christmases, and finally played on my violin this year. What else? Oh, Nutcracker. I love,
Yes.
especially the overture. I've been listening to that a lot recently. It just makes me so happy to hear just it's just so
There's
great.
a lot of fun music in the Nutcracker, for sure.
So those are some of my favorites.
Some of your favorite Christmas ones. Yeah, you mentioned, not having the concert this year, and it would be kind of probably strange for us not to mention that this is a different year when it comes to music. How's that been for you? Has it been frustrating, disappointing?
Some of each, for sure. I miss, the feeling of going to a Christmas concert and like there's all these Christmas lights and it's just packed with people and everyone's just so happy. You can just
there's
feel,
a feeling in the air, isn't there?
This excitement of everybody just loving it. So I miss that. And even with masks and stuff, it's not the same, and you're all distanced and stuff. That it's just not the same. But at the same time, we do have a lot more time. And sometimes for me, especially when I plan different things, everybody has to have a Christmas concert. So then I end up doing a lot of stuff, which is really fun. But it's also nice to just have one thing or 0 things that just feel like, even though I miss it, it's also nice to have that time at home to just relax.
I do know in past years, you were probably committed nearly every night for several weeks.
Yeah, it was mostly on the weekends. Like, seems like we'd have Friday night and then Sabbath church, Sabbath afternoon, and it was just like boom, 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 which it was fun. I'm glad I did it all. But it's also nice to relax.
Yes, it's quite the trade. I think everyone's experiencing that a little bit this year, that the holidays are more relaxed than we've experienced in a long, maybe ever, or maybe since we were little kids and didn't have to worry about much.
Everything.
But and that is it's an interesting opportunity to actually maybe reflect more on the meaning of the holiday and to spend time with the people that you're closest to, the ones you actually can be with, your family and that sort of thing. So I found that too, that it's in some ways really disappointing, but in other ways there's some rewards to it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should learn from that in future years we should have music and we should have concerts, but maybe we shouldn't drive ourselves so much that we can't relax.
Right,
I don't know.
that's true.
Well, I would really love it if you would play Sleep Holy Child that you mentioned for us here on the show.
Yes,
that would be great.
I'd love to.
That would be fantastic.
Just need to get my violin here.
Okay, while you're getting it, I just thought I would share with the viewers the lyrics, at least that I found online for it. It's Sleep, Holy Child, for thou art safe in heaven's keeping. Angels hover near, and they are here to guard thy sleeping. Shadows of the night will in the morning light be gone. Sleep, Holy Child, so meek and mild, sleep on. At thy crib we find faith and hope shined. Beaming their light is beaming, gleaming to all mankind. Sleep, Holy Child. Tonight with thee our hopes all rest. Matchless is thy worth, for in thy birth the earth is blessed. Sleep, Holy Child. Thy coming brings a brighter dawn. Lord of life and love, from heaven above our fears are gone. O Holy Child, so meek and mild, sleep on. Amen, Bear. So beautiful. Oh, what a beautiful tune. And while you were playing, I was just thinking about this phrase from it, our fears are gone because of what Jesus did for us, because of him coming to earth and his whole life and his sacrifice. We don't have to be afraid. And even though we're in a strange year with a lot of things maybe to be fearful about, we don't have to be afraid.
I like that.
Yeah, and that's what your beautiful music spoke to me right now. Thank you so much, Hannah, for sharing the music, for sharing your thoughts about it, and for being my guest today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was fun to be here.
And thank you for watching. Please stay tuned. I'll be right back with Station News. Welcome back. It's time for Station News. I hope that you are enjoying the special Christmas programming on Blue Mountain Television, and I encourage you to keep doing that over the next few days when we have this beautiful programming available. You can check out our schedule at our website, bmt.tv/Christmas, so that you can find out some of these special programs that are still going to be on during the next few days. Also, I've got a great update about our Valley Giving Guide. $44,256 has been pledged so far by you in the community for Blue Mountain Television through the Valley Giving Guide. And these gifts are going to be increased by at least 15%. So it's just a wonderful way for you to give. And you can do it all the way through December 31. So it's not too late to go to the Valley Giving Guide website and make a gift to Blue Mountain Television. By the way, the majority of these gifts that are being given through the Valley Giving Guide are separate from money that we already knew was pledged during our fall fundraiser. Indeed, some of it was money that people pledged and said they were going to do it through the Valley Giving Guide, but most of it has been given in addition. So this is just a huge and tremendous blessing to Blue Mountain Television at the end of this year, and we're praising God and thanking him for it. I also wanted to let you know that we've recorded a couple of special spots that can air on the station, wishing you a Merry Christmas and sharing with you the joy of the season. And these have been brought to you through Julie Sanders Keemer, who Daniel Biggs went out with Julie and they recorded some of these special spots just a couple of days ago. And in fact, I'd really like to share one of them with you right now here on the program. So let's take a look at Julie as she wishes you some holiday greetings.
So the wise men brought gifts fit for a king. They brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And they were very expensive at the time, and they were wonderful gifts for Jesus. And we want to say thank you for your gifts to Blue Mountain Television throughout the year. And especially as we end the year here of 2021, we want to encourage you that if the Lord has placed upon your heart to give a donation to Blue Mountain Television, we thank you for getting that in before December 31. And again, we want to say our thanks for all of your support this year. May the Lord bless you this Christmas and Happy New Year.
It was really fun to see that. Thank you so much, Julie, for taking time to record something special for us during this holiday season. And I want to thank you for your prayers for the ministry, for the gifts that you are giving to Blue Mountain Television, and for your earnest interest in this ministry. I'm also wishing you the best Christmas possible and all the joys of this season. May God bless you. I will see you next time.